Well, hello there. How's it going, guys? Welcome to another Sunday video update. My name is Jared Fuller. Today's date is Sunday, July 14th, 2024. So glad you could join me for another installment of the Sunday video update. Joining me off camera this week is my dad, which you can see his hand in the background. It is really hot in here. It's hot outside today. It's near 90 degrees, and I think some places are expected to top out around 90 degrees. And tomorrow it's going to be just as hot because they're calling for another 90 degree day. So it has been one hell of a busy week. One hell of a busy week. And I'm going to get to the big news, which happened yesterday, an assassination attempt against former President Donald Trump. He was shot in the ear by a 20-year-old, and the gunman was killed by Secret Service. Trump is being treated at an area medical facility. I don't know his condition, but he is doing okay, last I knew. And someone else, someone who attended a rally or the rally yesterday in Butler, Pennsylvania, someone was actually killed in the audience. And he died protecting his family, shielding his family from the bullets. So that's the big news story recently. It's been on ABC and CBS and all the local networks all day long. As far as I don't know if it's still on because I'm not looking at the networks. But it's getting to the point where, I think Trump is going to win this election. Now, I'm not political in any way. I'm very indifferent to politics. But I have this strong feeling that Trump is going to win this election. I don't care who wins either way. I don't vote. But it's one of those things where it's getting very, very, very serious. And, I don't condone this kind of stuff. I don't condone gun violence. I don't condone violence of any kind. But I don't know how to fix the gun problem. I don't have any answers. I don't know what to do. Um, when I hear about these things on TV, it's like, oh, there's another mass shooting. Someone else with a gun got crazy and just started, making stupid decisions and yeah, so that's where we are. I'm not a fan of Trump. I'm not in the Trump cult. I'm not even a fan of Biden. As I had pointed out, I am indifferent to politics. I don't follow it enough to really give a damn about any of it. I don't vote. And yeah, so it's one of those things where, I don't talk about this on Facebook, or I haven't posted about this on Facebook, but irrespective of who you vote for or which side of the aisle you sit on politically, this is wrong. Trump is maybe the biggest narcissist there is. But what happened to him yesterday was just totally fucking wrong. And I would be saying the same thing for Biden or anybody else. It doesn't matter which political affiliation they are. It's just wrong. There are better ways of doing things. This is not what we would expect at a rally. This was in Butler, Pennsylvania yesterday. I don't condone this. I'm not saying, he's finally getting what he deserves. No, not at all. My cousin Marcy's in chat. Hello, Marcy. Yeah, getting too dangerous to be honest. Can't even go to the water park. Yeah, it's hot outside today. It's very hot outside. But I'm not cheering it on. I'm not encouraging this kind of behavior. I would never encourage or condone violence. Now, I'm not a like I said, I'm not a fan of Trump. I'm not even a fan of Biden. I don't care about politics. I'm very indifferent to politics. I couldn't be bothered by it. I don't vote. And that's a whole other discussion that we can have later. Actually, I have a video here on my YouTube channel outlining my reasons for refusing to vote. You'll have to comb through some of the content, but I don't care who you vote for. I don't care what your political stances are. Wrong is wrong. And on a human level, I hope Trump will be okay. My condolences go out to the family of the person who died saving his family, protecting his family, shielding his family from stray bullets. So my love and condolences go out to his family. He was only 50. We live in that kind of a world now. That's what America has turned into, the gun country. And it's sad. It's really sad. And I think that's probably one of the other reasons why I don't get involved a lot in politics. It's not just because I don't understand it. It's because, in my view, um, personally, it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters much who gets in there, because it's going to be the same tomorrow as it was today, and so on and so forth. It's there's no hope. So, but anyway, that's the big news of the week. Happened yesterday in Butler, Pennsylvania. Trump was shot in his ear, and there's actually a picture of Trump putting up his fist, and he's got blood coming down the side of his face with an American flag. So Trump is going to win this election. That picture, in and of itself, where he's holding up his fist and he's got blood on his face with the American flag behind him, that's the that's it. Trump is going to win. For those of you who care enough to go to the voting booth, and if you voted for Biden again, or if you're going to vote for Biden again, I should say, because the election's not until November, but if you're going to vote for Biden, if he doesn't drop out of the race before then, good luck to you. Because I think Trump has this one beat. I think he's going to get reelected. But other than that, we've also had some celebrity death happening. We lost Richard Simmons at the age of 76. We lost Shelley Duvall. She was 80, I think. I should have this shit written down. I don't. We lost Dr. Ruth, the sex therapist. She was 96. And just yesterday, we lost Shannon Doherty, actress from Beverly Hills 90210. Yep, Shannon Doherty passed away yesterday from cancer, and she was 53. She was 53 years old. I remember Shannon Doherty when I was a kid, because I used to watch 90210 and Melrose Place and all those shows on Fox. But I remember, Party of Five and all those shows back in the day. I remember Shannon Doherty, and I also remember when Shannon Doherty made an appearance on Full House, on the original run of Full House. She made appearances on that program as well. So there's been a lot of celebrity death happening recently. Benji Gregory, the young boy Brian on Elf, he was found dead in his car with his dog. That's all I know. That was the report that came out, and that's the report that is remaining imminent, and it's remaining, that he was found dead in his car with a service dog. I don't know how he died. Nobody knows how he dies. I'm not gonna, speculate on something I don't know. But there's been a lot of loss in this past week, and it's been a rough week for Hollywood and in the political world. Yeah, it's been a rough week in the political world too, especially if you're a Trump supporter, if you're a part of the Trump cult. I'm drinking iced tea today, and I've got a bottle of drinking water. I haven't been drinking a lot of soda. No, I haven't been drinking a lot of pop lately. Um, Usually I drink Pepsi during my live stream because Pepsi is just my choice of drink. But it's water and tea. That's what I'm drinking today, and it's because it's so hot outside. And this is unsweetened tea, by the way. It's Lipton, and it tastes pretty damn good. And yeah, I'm drinking out of a red Solo cup. And we do have some other commenters in chat. My cousin Marcy, which I think she left. Chewing off my toenail has made his return this week to the Sunday video update. So this is what chewing off my toenail has to say today. He says, I hope you had a great birthday filled with laughter, love, and army green encrusted toenails. Well, toenail, my birthday was okay, all things considered. It was a first birthday without my mom, and it was bittersweet in the beginning. I didn't get to bed until 4:30 on the morning of my birthday, but the rest of the day was okay. And I actually went out to the Pine Run Inn last week for my birthday. So thank you, Toenail, for those birthday wishes. And then another comment from chewing off my toenail. One of my toenails had gotten so long, sharp, and skinny that I used my toe to grab hickory smoked ham slices out from the package. You believe this guy? Dad's over there shaking his head like, what the fuck? Thank you for the laughs, Toenail. I appreciate your comments. Um, Dad said that he thought you may have caught a salmon going upstream with your long toenails. Um, Albeit your comments are kind of gross, but they're funny, and I appreciate the humor. So thank you to chewing off my toenail. But yeah, my week was it was okay. How was your week, Dad? Busy? Yeah, about the same. Um, so my week was actually quite busy, and a friend of mine, and this is something I wanted to talk about too. Not to pick fights or start an argument or anything like that. Um, but I was actually speaking with a friend of mine on the phone, and we hadn't spoken in quite a while. She's the mom of a cancer survivor. We haven't spoken in quite some time. And the conversation started off wonderfully until this person meandered off into conspiracy theorist bullshit about the earth being flat and there's no solar system, there's no other planets in the solar system, and cancers make formulated by sugar, and just a bunch of bullshit. We're being controlled by aliens. And as much as I love my friends and as much as I care about my friends, I'm going to talk over you if you're going to be nonsensical and believing stupid shit for no apparent reason. I'm going to come off on you. I'm going to come unglued. She hung up on me mid sentence, this friend of mine, and I have no ill will towards her. I still love her. She's a good friend of mine. She's been a friend of mine for years. But please don't come at me with your conspiracy theorist bullshit because I'm not going to entertain it. I'm going to push back. You should know better by now than to come at me with bullshit that is unfounded, unverified, not fact checked, and just childish. I'm not going to believe shit for no good reason. It is the workings of paranoia and people who embrace fear, and they just go off believing anything that feels good to them. And that also implies political people when it comes to this assassination attempt on Trump. The conspiracy theories are just coming out of the woodwork. I'm just waiting for the conspiracy theory someone's going to come up with, oh, Biden had something to do with Trump. No, I'm not going to listen to it. I'm not going to listen to this bullshit. An overwhelming majority of my Facebook friends are political, and I love them dearly. Make no mistake. I love my friends dearly. I love them with all my heart. They have a right to their views and their opinions, and they have a right to vote for whoever they want to vote for. But you're not going to drag me into this. You're not going to recruit me into believing bullshit when there's no evidence for it, when it's all basically just your feelings and what you think and feel about things. It's nice to have thoughts and feelings, but when we're talking about what's actually true, let's stick to what's actually fucking true. Don't be stupid. Don't come at me with, oh, Biden was behind this assassination attempt on Trump. Don't come at me with some bullshit that, this was all premeditated and staged, and it may have been premeditated on the part of the shooter. Of course it was. It was sniper style gunfire. He was hiding on a building. But to say that someone else like Biden, his opponent, was behind this, just shut the fuck up, because nobody knows that for certain. Nobody knows that for sure. And I'm not going to engage in conspiracy theorist nonsense. I'm just not that kind of a guy. You picked the wrong person to try to hammer your conspiracy theory bullshit into, because I will push back. No problem. Let's stick to the facts. Now, the fact is, we live in a country where people embrace guns and they embrace fear. Mental health gets swept under the rug, and it shouldn't. We need to focus on mental health issues. It's not a joke. And the reason that it gets swept under the rug is because of the stigma attached to it. People are too afraid to admit that they have mental issues, that they have things that they need to work on. And they don't even need to admit it publicly, as long as they are taking care of it in private. If you are seeking therapy or counseling to try to better your life, I have nothing against that. That is your choice. That is your decision. But when untreated, as far as we can tell, when these mental issues go untreated, it results in things like this happening. Because it's all mental. It all has to do with mental health. There's a psychosis going on. This Trump derangement syndrome that I hear about all the time. For not being a political guy, I sure do hear a lot about a lot of different things. This Trump derangement syndrome, the people who are obsessed with him. And I think for me, that's why I don't vote. I think that's one of the main reasons why I stopped voting. It's not so much the fact that I'm not going to vote in someone who's going to fuck everything up, essentially. My thing is, I don't understand, for the life of me, the obsession with political figures. I don't understand why people are so obsessed with Trump, with Biden, with anybody running for high office. I never understood the obsession. It's just like being obsessed with movie stars. I don't understand the obsession with movie stars. I collect autograph photos, sure. I've got almost 400 of them in my collection, but I'm not obsessed with these people. I just like to collect autographs. And when I see people changing their profile pictures on Facebook to Trump this and Trump that, and I don't understand it. I don't get it. Especially when it comes to Trump. We've seen Trump's behavior on a number of different occasions throughout his presidency, throughout the time he wasn't president, and just as an opponent in the presidency. We've seen how he has behaved. I don't understand the obsession with this guy. because he's a multi-billionaire, because he's rich? He's got fuck you money? Is that what it is? He makes fun of handicapped. He makes fun of handicapped people, which he has done publicly. He says a lot of narcissistic shit that just doesn't make any sense in the first place. And he thinks he knows more than the general public. Okay, so if you know more than the general public, then why don't you try doing something other than being a narcissistic asshole and thinking the world revolves around you? And I don't want to, make this sound like this is an attack on Trump, because Biden's no better. I listened to Biden speak, and he is not in any condition to be running a country. He's just not in any condition to be running a country. We've seen his behavior as well. Sniffing children, smelling their hair and all that bullshit. It's creepy. This is the best we can do for this country. I mean, scary. And as someone who doesn't vote, provided what the options are, I get a lot of shit because I don't vote. Well, you got to pick somebody. No, I don't, because I'm not even registered to vote. I have nothing to do with that. I am indifferent to politics. Y'all think you have the answer to the problems in this country and in the world. You're so self-important that you think, I mean, to have the time to actually focus on politicians is mind-boggling to me. Do you people not have enough shit going on in your own life to give a fuck about political figures? I have enough of my own shit in my personal life going on. I don't give a fuck about Trump and Biden and all these people who are running for high office and people who they say this and do that, and then it makes national headlines. I don't fucking care. I just don't care. I have too many of my own problems in my own life to be focused on. These people who tell me all the time, well, Jared, if you don't vote, you have no right to complain. It's just a crock of shit. And it's not logical. Because by you voting, you're picking someone to run this country. You're endorsing them to be the leader of the free world. Well, it's not so free anymore, but you know what I'm getting at. You're picking someone to run this country, and then when they're elected and they get into office, they are fucking everything up. Now, whose fault is that? It's not the politician's fault. It's your fault. You put them there. You voted them into power. And look at the damage they're causing. I stay home. Come election day, I'm either sitting here at home or I'm out doing something else that's actually productive. Fuck voting. Fuck politics. I'm not so interested in politicians to where I'm groveling at their fucking feet. Oh, he's my president. I don't care. He can be your president. It would be a he, because we've never had a female president ever in the history of this country. And to be honest with you, I don't think it would be a bad idea if we had a woman president. I honestly don't think it would be. Gretchen Whitmer, the current governor of Michigan, she's a Democrat. I think she was running for presidency, but then she dropped out of it or something like that, or I don't know. It shows you how much I really pay attention. I only hear like tidbits, little nuggets of information, and it's like, I hadn't heard that, but yeah. I mean, I have friends who support Biden. I have friends who support Trump. Cool. I don't support either one. I don't support politics. I'm in the back seat when it comes to politics. I couldn't give a fuck less about who's elected, who's running. I don't care. Leave me out of this shit. I canceled my voter registration for that reason. I don't care. It's not going to make any bit of a difference who gets in there. Everyone's like, well, especially Robert De Niro. He's like, well, if Trump gets in there, and I find it to be so strange that Robert De Niro is holding press conferences on Donald Trump. Hey, De Niro, stick to what you do best. Entertain us with your movies. No one should give a fuck about your politics. And that goes for not just Robert De Niro, but any celebrity. I don't care what your political views are. Your job is to entertain. If you are an actor, act. You're not a politician. And I think that's why so many people are drawn to Trump. Because he was he was an actor, and he's just a very wealthy person. Whom of which also, by the way, is a criminal. Biden is creepy. Trump is a malignant narcissist. He is crazy and stupid, and he's a criminal. This is the best we have to offer for this country of ours. But I shouldn't even say we, I should say you. This is the best that you people have to offer, because I don't get involved in this shit. And when people say to me, well, I don't know how you couldn't care about politics. You don't care about people. Yes, I do care about people. And that shows how very little you know about me. I can care about people without the need or the involvement of politics. Yes, politics affects the way we live our lives, sure. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter who runs this country. We're fucked either way you look at it. I'm not saying there's no difference, or I'm not saying that there's no difference between Republican and Democrat. Yeah, there's a difference, but they're all crooked, and that's the commonality. They're all crooked. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. You watching this. They don't care about you. You got this in your head that the government gives a fuck about you. These politicians care about you. They don't. They don't care about you. None of them do. They don't even know you exist. Only on paper. That's it. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't know you. They don't know your favorite flavor of ice cream. They don't know your favorite color. They don't know that your sister's name is Robin. They don't give a fuck. They don't know you, and they don't care to know you. Okay? They don't care. They're not coming directly to your house to cook your meals, to make sure you have a clean water and a roof over your head. These politicians don't care about you. They don't. They want your vote so they can fucking stick it to you. Once they're elected, they want to raise your taxes. They want to make you pay through the fucking roof so they can cover the salaries of the lobbyists who are just hanging around not doing shit. They don't care about you. They're all criminals, in my opinion. They're all criminals. I don't vote for criminals. And I sure as hell don't vote for a system that is broken beyond repair. We cannot fix this. The system of ours is just gone. There's no hope. It doesn't matter who gets in. Well, if you vote for Trump, it's going to be a nightmare. It's a nightmare now with Biden. He can't speak. He smiles, or he has he has these weird facial expressions. It's fucking, it's weird. It's weird how these motherfuckers are able to get in the positions that they're in. It's just weird. There's a lot more people out there like me. They don't care about politics. They don't vote. And you have a right to not vote. And people who think that voting should be mandatory, well, to those people who think that voting should be mandatory, guess what? Then you don't care about freedom, do you? Because, I always hear this spiel, well, brave men and women have died for your right to vote. Well, they've also died for my right to not vote, according to that measurement. It's all the same thing. So don't give me this bullshit that, men and women died for my right to vote. They died for, okay, and they also died for my freedom to not vote. That's it. And I did want to turn the Sunday video update into a political rant, but it's just Trump isn't my favorite guy. Biden's not my favorite. I don't have a favorite politician because I don't get so emotionally attached to these people like most of you do, which is fucking weird. Jared, you got to wake up. You got to get involved. No, actually, I fucking don't have to get involved. No, no way. No, nope, nope, no thanks. You care so much about people who don't even know you exist. It's weird. Politics is weird as fuck, man. That's why I don't get involved in it. All my friends are Trump supporters, and they're changing their profile pictures on Facebook. Trump this, Trump that. It's like the Trump doesn't even know who the fuck you are. You're just fans of Trump. What is it about him that is so alluring to you? I don't understand it. I don't get it. What was it about Biden that was so alluring to Democrats? I don't understand that either. There's nothing about politics that is alluring to me. Nothing. I mean, it sucks that Trump was shot at. It sucks that he got shot in his ear. I mean, you know what they were aiming for. But it's terrible. I'm not condoning the massacre of anybody, especially, politicians, because there's still people at the end of the day. And I don't condone violence of any kind. But as far as people having this weird emotional attachment to politicians, I'll never understand that. I don't get it. They're not God. I don't know. I don't get it. They're not going to change anything for the better. They are there to make sure that they get rich at your expense. They tax the fuck out of everything. And yet people think that the system works for them. The system is so broken, it's pathetic. I don't know where people's heads are. I don't understand it. I'm not a mind reader, and it's not for me to try to speak on behalf of people who I can't get inside their head. I don't have access to their thoughts, but I know where their thoughts are when they are obsessing over Trump, when they are fans, when they grovel at his feet, when they bow down to him, they kowtow to him. Trump is a dangerous person by what I've seen him, by the things he said. He is a dangerous motherfucker. But somehow I think he's going to win this election. I think he's got this election. He's got it beat. He's got it won. I think he's going to be elected back into office. And then all you Trump supporters, well, you'll get in bed with him and, do whatever, figuratively speaking. Because, there's Melania and who knows who else. But anyways, guys, I just spent the last half hour or so talking politics. Actually, I don't even know how long I've been here. Oh, 35 minutes. Okay. So, I don't know what my plans are for this week, other than I have to talk to my lawyer. I have a consultation this week with my lawyer. But other than that, I don't know what my plans are. I have no idea what my plans are, and I'm kind of in the dark on what my other plans will be. I don't know if I'm going to have the money to actually do anything. Honestly, money's been kind of tight lately, and we'll just have to wait and see how things go. Dad, I think, fell asleep on the couch over there. He did. It's hot in this house, and it's hot outside, and the heat gets to him. The heat gets to me. Um, and I'm just trying to stay cool and stay hydrated. Although this glass is sweating because it's so fucking hot in here. Um, I'm trying to stay hydrated, drinking tea, and then I'm gonna get started on water. And what is that noise? I keep hearing a noise. It sounds like it's coming from a phone. But yeah, there's a lot going on. Do I hope? And I just want to say this too, so people aren't going to come at me. And do I hope Trump recovers? Yeah, of course I do. Of course I do. On a human level, yes. I hope Trump recovers nicely. I'd say the same for Biden. On a human level, yes. I hope that he recovers nicely. That doesn't mean I endorse Trump. It doesn't mean I endorse Biden. But from human to human, yes, I hope he bounces back. I hope he recovers. Uh, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be reelected. I'm pretty sure because he's that picture. I think is what did it, where he's holding up his fist and he's got blood on his face and he's got the American flag. That's going to be the sticker. I would imagine when people go and vote, that's going to be the new sticker. And it might even be on shirts. It's going to be on some t-shirts. It'll be embroidered onto t-shirts. So that way, all that money will probably go to his campaign finances, although he's got billions of dollars. But yeah, there's a lot going on, and I certainly do wish Trump well, in spite of the things I've said about him here. From human to human, yeah, I hope he gets better. I hope he bounces back. I hope he recovers. But as far as endorsing him or Biden, no. No. The last time I voted was back in 2004 when I was 18 years old, 20 years ago. And I haven't been back to the voting booth since. And I try to have conversations with people about this on Facebook. They're not really open to that. They don't understand how I can be so indifferent to politics. They don't understand how I can be apathetic to politics and politicians, and because I just am. You know, when I was growing up, and I got to thinking about this last night too. When I was a kid, when I was growing up, my mom and dad never talked politics in the household. Like when we sat down at the dinner table, we never talked about H.W. Bush. We never talked about Reagan. We never talked about um, political figures. It wasn't until I got older that mom and I would start having conversations. Excuse me. We would start having conversations about Bush and Trump and Obama, Biden, you know, even before she died. Dad and I have conversations about political figures, but it's not, neither one of us vote. My mom didn't vote. Dad doesn't vote. I don't vote. Amy doesn't vote. But I'm actually not registered to vote. I canceled my registration. But when I was a kid, we never talked about politics in the household, ever. Maybe it was because I was too busy with cancer checkups and other, health things going on, and I didn't have what you would call a normal childhood. It was very different for me. But the one thing we didn't talk about was politics. We never discussed politics. I'm not sitting at the kitchen table eating my mashed potatoes talking about H.W. Bush. I didn't even know who I don't ever recall asking my mom and dad who the president of the United States is when I was a kid. But I was born during the Reagan administration, and I remember little bits at a time hearing about the Gulf War. I remember H.W. Bush, George H.W. Bush, but I don't remember vividly the details of the Gulf War. I just remember hearing it on the TV. But I don't remember like the full on details. I just remember hearing about Gulf War. Um, I I don't know. They tried to teach politics in school. They tried to teach me politics and um, all that stuff. I didn't get it then. It never made sense to me. They tried to teach us about the 2/3 vote, and they tried to teach us about a veto, what a veto is, and they tried to teach us about the three branches of government and their, what their functions are, and they tried to teach us a lot about how government works. I still don't understand how government fucking works. I still don't get it. And more so, I don't understand the obsession with political figures. I just it's beyond my understanding. I don't understand the obsession. Um, it's really it's just weird. It's just weird. And it is like a cult. People call the Trump supporters, they call it a cult. It is. It is when you think about it. I mean, when a large swath of people are being controlled by one person, that's a cult. Mm, I'm dribbling. But yeah, it's a cult without a doubt. When one person is controlling thousands, millions of people, that's a cult. And even with and I think too, a lot of the time with these politicians, they treat this country like it's their precious little plaything that they can control. What they say goes. But even then, there's Congress, the House of Representatives, um, SCOTUS. There's all that. It's got to go through all these different, you know, outlets of government before it even reaches the president's desk, before he can even say, okay, this is what I want. I, as far as I know, that's how it works. Like I said, I'm not really educated on how government works. I just know they love to stiff people. They love to stick it to the people. Uh, I stay out of it. I don't give these people 2 cents of my time. Um, it's just it's a weird. Well, I really think that this guy is going to do it. That's where that people think. Well, they align with my ideas and my thoughts and feelings, and he's got the best ideas. My idea of life and living is to just live my life and be happy doing what I like to do. Now I've heard that if Trump is reelected, which I'm almost certain he will be elected, um, there was talk about, he's gonna try to change the Constitution, rewrite the constitutional amendments, and, but, when you think about it, and I'm not giving credit to Trump, I'm just saying that when you think about it, that's why they're called amendments. They can be changed. It's not how the forefathers would envision this land, but they are called amendments for a reason. They're not commandments. Amendments can be changed. Um, and it's a wonder to me that Trump is even able to run for office, knowing that he's got all these counts against him. Um, it's it's crazy to me that he can still run for office, knowing that he has all these charges stacked against him. Oh, and by the way, Alec Baldwin was acquitted of charges in the fatal death of um, that woman. I can't think of her name right off, but they found him not guilty, I guess, or maybe they dismissed it. I don't know. See, it shows how much I pay attention, but I know Alec Baldwin didn't get in trouble for the death of that woman. Um, but the obsession with politicians, there's two people watching right now. I would like to know what your thoughts are on this. I got about another 10, 15 minutes left in this broadcast. I'd like to know what you think about this. The obsession with politicians, why people pick their favorite cheerleader and then want them to run the country. Well, his ideas align with mine. Yeah, but what if those ideas are detrimental to other people and vice versa? What if Republican ideas are detrimental to Democratic ideas? What if Democratic ideas are detrimental to Republican ideas? Here, I'm not I'm not political. I'm not Democrat or Republican. I'm not even an independent. I just don't get involved in this shit. But I'm kind of interested in what you guys think about the obsession with like Trump, Biden, anybody who runs for high office. Well, now there's only one person watching, but oh well. One person watching. What is your take on that? Real quick. I'll give you time to respond. I'm gonna check my Facebook real quick and see if um, I'm just gonna check my Facebook real quick. Um, hmm. I'm so sick of these pages walking with Jesus. Oh my God. I'm just so fucking tired. Like my Facebook, my Facebook is bombarded with God shit all the time. These religious pages. I don't get that either. Again, Natural World. If you love this book, thumbs up and right side. Do you love this book? It's a picture of the Holy Bible. Fuck no, I don't. Goodbye. My cousin Chris. A Dollar General boat floating on water. Uh, yeah, there's been a lot of loss. Yeah, a lot of loss this week. Yeah, my buddy Jax, man, little cancer warrior. In a world full of twat waffles, be French toast. So no one's going to comment their thoughts on that. Stupid fucking religious pages. I just don't understand people on here. Well, I'm going to sign off Facebook again because. Well, okay. Well, I got 10 minutes left in the show. Dad fell asleep or he's just resting. It's just so fucking hot in here. It's hot in this house, like majorly big time hot. It's 90 degrees outside, or close to 90 degrees. It's going to be another hot day tomorrow. And yeah, we got thunderstorms on the way. You can see Dad's head resting on the couch right there. Right there. Right there. See his arms moving. Yeah, we actually have severe weather on the way. There was a tornado out in the Thumb last week, out in Port Hope, Michigan. It's so hot in here that this bottle of water is sweating. What's that? The flies aren't even fucking because it's so hot in here. But yeah, I don't know what my plans are for this week other than Friday. I got to talk to my lawyer. But other than that, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what our plans are for this week. Do you? No. Dad's got to be in Saginaw on the 19th to go to the doctor to get his prescription medication. Well, of course, I'm going to ride along with him because it's the same day I got to talk to my lawyer. So yeah, I mean it's been a busy week. Around here though, it's been fairly quiet. Uh-oh, I got to sneeze. It's that light. Tonight is the the Fox Sunday Flashback with Dan Richards. I suppose I could put a link in the description, or not in the description, but in the chat log here. The Fox Sunday Flashback tonight with Dan Richards from 7 till 11. 103.9 The Fox. I'm going to put that link. 103.9 The Fox for the Fox. Huh? Yeah, tell Dan Richards we sent you. Say, oh yeah, that Jer Bear told us to listen. So there's a link in the chat. Listen to 103.9 The Fox for the Fox Sunday Flashback. And it'll take you right to their website. Then you just go up to the right-hand top corner where it says Listen Live. You click on that, and then you'll be good to go. You can listen from anywhere in the world, actually. Leah Williams? What about Leah Williams? I didn't mean that in a mean way. Sorry, Leah. That's not what I meant. Dad mentioned Leah Williams, and I'm trying to think what about Leah Williams? Yeah. So Leah Williams, she's actually a friend of mine, and she is a Nashville recording artist. She's going to be meeting another recording artist, a country singer named Mega Maroney, in August. Leah is phenomenal. I love Leah. I wish her nothing but the best of success. She actually came to Oakley. She came out to the Little Bar. But Leah will be at Billy's, I think, 2 Tuesdays now instead of 1. So she's usually there on the first Tuesday of every month, but now she's going to be there on the first Tuesday and maybe perhaps the second, or maybe the third Tuesday. I don't know, depending on what her schedule is. I don't want to give any false information. But yeah, she's going to be out there twice a month out at Billy's. So that it's not Billy's anymore, actually. It's just the Pine Run Inn because someone bought it. New ownership, and they're they're kind of slow. The help is really slow. The ownership, I don't know how the owners are, but the workers are just not up. They're not with it. I was out there for my birthday last week and I wanted my Keno ticket ran and I handed it to her and her money and she went the other way. Like, where the fuck are you going? Run my fucking ticket. The clock is ticking. She did it to me twice. And she did it to another guy. And it's like, what the fuck? You got to understand that Keno, that timer runs out. And if my numbers come up and I didn't get my ticket in, I'm going to be mad at you for not running my fucking ticket. You're costing me money here. And I don't think she gets it. Well, even still, Club Keno, you have so much time. There's a timer. You've got so much time to get your tickets filled out and through the terminal. Because if your numbers come up and you don't get your ticket ran in time, guess what? You're going to be out of money. Man, this is dripping all over my lap, this bottle of water. There's a little puddle here on my desk. I know I should have had a towel in here. We're down to the last 4 minutes of the Sunday video update. I almost said Sunday flashback. the Sunday video update. Amy's asleep, actually. She's over here next to me. It is just so hot in here, and the heat really makes us tired. I almost didn't go live today. I was actually going to take this week off, but not knowing what the future holds, I figured, fuck it, I'll just do it today and get it out of the way. But yeah, there's a lot going on in our world right now, and it's sad and it's depressing, and I can't begin. I don't know what goes through a person's mind when they open fire on anybody, whether it be political figures or just everyday people. I don't. Well, let's stay on topic for a minute, Dad. I don't know what goes through a person's mind, but I do know that mental health needs to stop being swept under the carpet. It needs to stop being overlooked. It needs to stop being ignored. And we need to quit treating it as though, well, you need help and blah, blah, blah. You need therapy, blah, 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 blah. It's not a bad thing to get therapy. It's not a bad thing to get help. I don't recommend it for myself because I handle things pretty decently, on my own. I handle my own pretty good. But there's people out there who need it, and it's serious, and it's getting out of hand where the stigma prevents people from getting therapy and help. And instead they say fuck it and they open fire on people they don't even know. They've never seen these people a day in their life ever. And which brings me to that point of this obsession with political figures. These people don't know who the fuck you are and they don't care about you. Why do you care so much about them? Because they hold your ideas and beliefs? Well, cool. I'm sure, there's billions of people all over the place. I'm sure at some point you are bound to run into someone who agrees with you. And how convenient that your phone would ring right during a live stream. We're down to the final minute. So while Dad's on the phone, I would ask him what his final thoughts are, but he's going to say, be good, stay cool, have a good week. Amy's asleep. She would say peace out and take care of one another. What I'm going to tell you is this. I do my best every day to be the best person I can be to everybody. But I have to take care of myself too, of course, and I do that. I don't know how to fix a world where we keep the violence under control. I don't know what we do about gun control. I don't have answers. But what I do know is that this country is in a lot of trouble. We have people running this country who are just psychotic. And, speaking of mental health, I mean, we let sociopaths run this country. We let psychopaths, narcissists run this fucking country. And the obsession is beyond my understanding. I don't know how to fix things. I'm just along for the ride. And I'll end it on that note. I'm just along for the ride. And I'm glad that you are along for this ride for the Sunday video update. Take care of each other. Love each other. Show kindness every day. Make sure that you tell somebody you love them, because the world needs it now more than ever. I don't know if I'll be back next week, but if so, you'll see the video prompt. And I hope you will subscribe and join me in the chat, like chewing off my toenail. My cousin Marcy. Thanks, Marcy, for stopping by. I love y'all very much, and I'll be seeing you. Take care.